Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah, if you're new here, welcome. Today is a different setup. I'm in my kitchen, it's a Sunday, and I woke up and I felt like doing a little project, nothing too crazy, nothing that would stress the shit out of me, but a little something I can work on. And so yeah, I will hang out today with my sewing machine and my laptop watching a good old 2000s love story, probably 10 things I hate about you. And what I want to do today is I want to transform some old sweaters into knit vests and cardigans, and I never did this before, so I have no idea if this is gonna work, but hey, no risk, no fun, right? So what I'm going to do, or what I'm trying to do is, I have this beautiful vintage sweater I bought 5 years ago, and this is my favorite sweater of all times. It's 100% cashmere, it's vintage, it's this beautiful grey v-neck 90s casual sweater, and it's so beautiful. But the thing is, the holes where the elbows are, it's like they are getting too big, and I'm not a fan of elbow patches, so I want to transform it, or I try to transform it into a knit vest, and I hope this is gonna work out, because I will cry if it doesn't, because this is my darling sweater. And yeah, so first project. And then I have these two sweaters, and actually this could be quite a challenge if I'm having a look at this, because they have these very wide arms and like these, I don't know, maybe this could be a challenge to make a cardigan out of this, because it doesn't have shoulder seams. I don't know, well, maybe this is supposed to be a fail, but we'll see. And then I have this beigey, also with these very, very long sleeves sweater I want to make a cropped cardigan out of. But yeah, we'll see. It has this, what is this called? Like a little turtleneck. Yeah, they are quite pretty, but I don't wear them because it's like they're not warm and they fit, I don't know, the fit is weird, and yeah. So this is the plan. And now let's sew. So as I said, I never made a knit vest or sweater vest before, or I never upcycled one, so I was quite nervous, and I started by cutting off the sleeves, and I left, I think, around 4 centimeters of the sleeve and cut all along the shoulder seam. And the reason I left this little piece, the seam, was because I didn't know at the time, or I wasn't sure how to proceed from that. So yeah, I just folded then my sweater to make everything symmetrical and even, and I repeated the cutting step on the other side, and yeah, that's basically it for cutting off the sleeves. And here after that I was just basically playing around and trying to figure out how to do this. And yeah, I decided, after I put it on again, I decided to fold the edges up until the old shoulder seam, because this looked quite good, and I just pinned it in place, and as you will see in a minute, yeah, sewed everything with a straight stitch. And after that I went in with my scissors and cut off the excess, which I shouldn't have done. I will explain to you in a second why. And after that I finished the edges with a zigzag stitch. Yeah, and I actually watched 10 Things I Hate About You. I mentioned that earlier in the video, and I love this movie so much, it's so cute. Right, this is what my knit vest looks like now. So yeah, I think it looks pretty legit. The only thing is that, I mean, this was my first time, so that's alright. However, if you want to recreate this, I'd recommend to not cut this too short. Instead, maybe it would have been smarter to keep it longer so that it can be hidden better inside. Because now, when you look from the side and you have a weird angle, you can see these little wavy edges. But yeah, I don't mind. I really like it. Yeah, but this is just a little learning I wanted to share with you. So yeah, on to the next. And the next project is this boho sweater, and as I mentioned earlier, it didn't have shoulder seams, so what I did was I really just mapped out, I was eyeballing how I imagine my cardigan to look like, and this is what I'm doing here. There's no higher science behind this. It's just going in and pinning everything in place, and yeah, this is what I'm doing here, so I can't say more about this step. And since my fabric chalk didn't transfer to the fabric, I used my pins as guidance and created a line, which I followed with my sewing machine with a straight stitch, and after that I cut off the excess and folded my sweater in half to use my left side as a pattern and yeah, to make everything symmetrical. And I went in and cut off the excess fabric, and afterwards I pinned the fabric in place, and I again sewed everything with a straight stitch. And then I transformed my sweater into a real cardigan by cutting my sweater open in the middle, and of course I just cut one layer. This time I only cut one layer. Wow. And yeah, I decided to go with a V-neck, and for that I folded over the edges on the neckline and cut off the excess, pinned everything in place, yeah, to create and sew a rolled hem. And after that I cut fabric for strings, because I wanted to make a tie in the front, and I'm just doing same old, folding my fabric twice and sewing everything in place with a straight stitch to create my strings. And then I pinned my strings in the front and tried my cardigan on to see if I liked the look of it, and I decided yes, I liked the look of it, and I just sewed everything in place. And after that I decided that I want my cardigan to be cropped, and I cut off the excess fabric and created a rolled hem and sewed this with a straight stitch. And then I had a little lunch break before the last project. So the next steps I did with this cardigan are basically the same steps I did with the other cardigan. So I'd say bye for now and talk to you in a second. So hello again. Yeah, the first difference from the other cardigan is that I didn't go for a V-neck. So what I did was I cut off the turtleneck thing, and I just finished the edges with a rolled hem. And here I'm creating a button tape button. A button. Push the button. Push button tape. I hope this is the right word. I just looked it up. So basically, yeah, the area where I will sew my buttons on top. And yeah, this is what I'm doing here. And here I'm just sewing it in place with a straight stitch. And luckily I had an old shirt I didn't wear anymore, and I just went in and cut off all the buttons and I reused them for my new cardigan. But before I went in and sewed on my buttons, I finished the bottom of my cardigan with a rolled hem. After that I went in and laid my buttons loosely on top of my button tape, and yeah, measured the distances, and after that I pinned one pin where I wanted my buttonholes to be. To sew buttonholes you'll need a certain sewing foot. Mine came with my sewing machine, but if you don't have one you can buy one, and I know it looks intimidating at first, but it's really super easy to sew buttonholes, so yeah, you should give it a try. Okay, now I'm really tired, but I'm also very happy because I'm quite happy with the results, and yeah, all that's left to do is to sew the buttons onto my cardigan, but I will do this off camera because I will enjoy a glass of wine with it and just chill. And that's it for this tutorial or video. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!